Well. JJ Reddick is the new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers after they relieved Darvin Ham of his head coaching duties. I don't understand. Why JJ Reddick? Why JJ Reddick? Didn't we just have an experiment like that with the Nets, I believe? Was it Steve Nash? Another great player. Never coached. Not even an assistant coach credentials. And that experiment flopped mightily. So now, the great Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most storied franchises in all of sport, one of the most popular, one of the most, you name it. Lakers is the Lakers. When you say the Lakers, it's about greatness. It's about greatness. And that's why this is I know LeBron and Reddick are cool. They like each other. They hang out. They have a podcast together. And JJ Reddick is literally somebody that could still play with LeBron. He could play with LeBron. In fact, if they had hired him and made him a player coach or coach player, wear both hats, because the Lakers could definitely use a shooter like a JJ Reddick. That's really what's missing for the Lakers. Good shooting, good shooters, and some slashers. But in my view, this was not the right way to go. This was not the right way to go. LeBron James has literally, in my view, this will probably be the Kings' last year. And even if he plays another one, the Lakers need a team and an experienced coach. A coach who has done it before. A coach who has taken one from the beginning or from the not so good to greatness, to a level of achievement that deserves respect. A coach who can walk in. I see they tried to get Dan Hurley from Connecticut. Even he would have, exuded that aura, that stature of greatness. Because right now, he's probably the top men's coach in all of college football. College basketball, my bad. UConn, Huskies. And so he, Reddick. So I see why Hurley would have made a lot of sense. He was a great player, especially in college. And he's a heck of a coach. But he turned down the Lakers. And I don't even know if that would have worked for him. And I know it wouldn't have worked. That's why he turned it down. You don't just go coach a team with LeBron James on there and expect to just actually run things. I say that because you can see it. LeBron, he may respect coaches, but he's his own person. And I've seen him do his own thing during games sometimes and ignore coaches. He did that a few times with Darvin Ham. And once your best player shows disrespect for you, you are nothing. You're basically just a guy holding a position. They didn't even listen to the man. The last, I think they said, since Phil Jackson, the Lakers have had about 8 coaches. None has lasted more than 3 years. I mean, how do you build? And this is not really just with the Lakers, the whole NBA. They want playoffs. They want conference championships. They want an NBA championship. All this to occur within a span of 3 years. And if you don't at least let's say you grab a team that didn't make the playoffs before you got there. If you're not making it to the playoffs or close to the playoffs in the third year, in your third year of taking over an NBA team, you're probably not going to be around. You're not going to be around after 3 years. So that seems to be the statute of limitations, if you will, for NBA coaches. And literally, I think NFL too. I think 3 years is long enough for you to actually show you can make a team a contender. I think it's enough. I agree with that. However, it must all be put into context. You got to look at what's going on with the team, what's going on with the coach, because you may not, get there in your third year, but you may be getting ready to explode in your fourth and probably maybe win multiple, chips. We don't know that. But we're in an era where winning is first and foremost, numero uno. So you must win almost immediately, or else you will not be in the league. I want LeBron James's last year or two. He says he may play 2 more years and he would like to play with his son, which that's a whole nother issue. He shouldn't even talk about playing with his son. He shouldn't even talk about it. Just leave it alone. And I think that put a hamper on his son, because everybody don't want somebody just because of the name and whose bloodline they have. You also got to be good. You got to be good. You got to be able to show what you got. And the last thing you need is your great, probably the greatest of all time, dad putting pressure on teams to essentially make it a package deal. Wherever LeBron James is or wherever my son is, I'm going to go there and play there because I want to play with my son before I retire. I mean, come on, this isn't a soap opera. This isn't, Young and the Restless, All My Children, General Hospital, As the World Turns. I don't know. That's some old school. That's some old school soap operas, man. I don't know if all those still on. My mom used to watch those things like 40 years ago, and I would be like, oh, man, it's kind of cool. But yes, I digress. Watching the Lakers is like watching one of those old school soap operas. It's a shame, because the Lakers was once upon a time the pride, the standard, the gold standard of sports and sports front office movements. That used to be the envy of all sports because of the moves they would make, the seriousness of how they approach the game. Some of the greatest players have worn a Lakers jersey and played for the Lakers. From Showtime to the Lake Show. It's one of the best teams to follow, to be a fan of. But of late, I mean, if you take out LeBron James from the Lakers, nobody really would tune in to watch just AD, but he's also a great player. But basically, the Lakers are not your mom and pop's Lakers. They're not what they used to be. They're not at all. And I, for one, I'm very disappointed at how things have turned for the Lakers, the greatness. Right now, like I said, the envy of the front office of sports used to be the Lakers. They made moves that people used to be like, wow, why can't my favorite team make that kind of move? That's what used to happen. Why can't my team make moves like the Lakers? And one of the longest rivalries in basketball, especially in pro basketball, is between who? The Lakers and the Celtics. The Lakers and the Celtics. Yes, that's Celtics, the team that just won 2 days ago the World Championship. All right. Let me get correct. I can't say world. The NBA Championship, because the world didn't participate. They were in the Olympics. So, JJ Reddick. JJ Reddick. Why? I hear people say, but he's smart. He's intelligent. He knows the game. He's inside out. But stature. I mean, what? JJ Reddick's going to pull LeBron, tell LeBron he's not playing today, tell LeBron he's not going back in the game because he did something wrong, tell LeBron he was late to practice, which LeBron would never be, but hypothetically, JJ Reddick is going to punish LeBron James. Huh? The king, the greatest of all time, who's what, now 3 or 4 years older than JJ Reddick? The greatest. Yeah, they're buddies. So basically, LeBron got his homeboy a job to come work with him, not to come be his coach, to come and hang out with him on the sideline and let him do what he needs to do. That's what's happening. Come on now. This wasn't no search. This wasn't anything serious. This wasn't something to really analyze. Yes, they tried Hurley, and I believe that's the other coach that LeBron would have wanted. I think there were two coaches, two individuals that LeBron wanted to coach the Lakers. He was impressed with Hurley in the March Madness and the fact that he's dominating, and he's impressed with Reddick's knowledge of the game. That's why they talk about it on the podcast. So I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I said, look, LeBron, I know he's not always involved with front office, but I know he's making coaching calls. LeBron came out and literally said, nope, I don't do coaching. This is not me. But this has LeBron's fingerprints all over it. This is LeBron. The two candidates that the Lakers were serious about are the two candidates that LeBron had expressed interest. Somehow, all had posted certain things about them where one can surmise that that's who LeBron wants. Even if you don't say it, you might as well just, draw a picture of it. And as we all know, is it Jenny Buss, the Lakers owners, they're not going to disappoint somebody who's going to have a trophy in front of the Staples Center along with Kobe, Shaq, and the rest of the greats. I mean, I think they probably have about 15, 20 trophies. They should, because there have been some ballers that come through the Lakers franchise. But this one, I really think is a huge mistake. I think the hiring of JJ Reddick is a huge mistake. Now, if it turns out to be a great experiment where players listen and pay attention to what he has to say and respect him, and he's able to produce and have LeBron play at the highest level, bring the best out of AD, motivate him to even be better and greater than he has been in recent days, recent years. And if JJ Reddick and the front office can put in some serious moves, get some lights out shooters, and some slash and burn runners to the Lakers, we may be looking at something that could work. But I don't see how someone who's never had to wear that hat of coach, is just going to come in and do a better job with this team than Darvin Ham was doing. Darvin Ham did a good job. Look, the Lakers, they have overperformed in recent years. That team, and you got a couple of old guys leading it, but they have overperformed. And so if you don't bring in some freshness, I'm talking good moves, man, come on. There is so much young talent out there, both in the league and at the college ranks, and now in the international ranks. There are ballers coming out from Africa and Europe now. The BAL in Africa, the African Basketball League, man, you watch that and you have some ballers. So, I think that's another thing that Lakers and everybody else in the NBA needs to pay attention to. You're not relegated to recruiting only within the continental United States. You need to look outside the box because there's greatness. There's basketball being played now all over the world. Every continent has some kind of basketball league. The Asian League is huge. The Euro League basketball is huge. And now the continent of Africa has stepped up. Australia has a good league. Even now in Great Britain, in the UK, their leagues are starting to be competitive. So America has exported a great game, the game of basketball, and the world has caught on. So anyone that's only looking to add players from within the United States is missing out on some of the best talent that's coming out from outside the United States. You might want to expand your horizon, add to your repertoire, add other countries, other continents in your search for players. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to really be able to help diversify the skill level and the talent level. And that's what's happening. If you look at some of the top players in the league right now, I think 5 out of 10 at least are from outside the country. Two of them may be from Canada. I think Shai's from Canada. You got Giannis, Luka, Joker, Embiid. I mean, literally, I think probably literally 5 to 8 of the top players in this league right now are foreign players, foreign-born players who are doing their thing. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Wemby. Victor Wembanyama. His brother's going to come to the league too. And from what I've seen, everybody's saying, he's even better than Wemby. Huh. What? Oof. Can't wait to see that in the NBA. But man, so that's it. We need to expand how we find these players, and the Lakers need to look harder. The hiring is already done. So hey, I'm a fan of LeBron, and I love the Lakers. I would love to see it succeed. I just think it was the wrong hire at this time of LeBron James' career. Unfortunately, he probably had a lot to do with this move being made. So if it doesn't work out and he goes out a flop or a loser, I'm not saying a loser for his whole career, because he's definitely, I would say, the GOAT. So, but he may go out with a whimper, and it would be because of who he and the Lakers brought on to steer the ship. Hopefully it doesn't happen like that. I would love for LeBron to go off in a sea of confetti, hoisting another trophy, and ending the debate with a trophy and going off in style as the king with his crown on. That's what I would like to see. If JJ Reddick can make that happen, hey, I'm on board. Like I said, I'm very skeptical, and I think they could have brought in somebody with better stature and more experience as a coach than JJ Reddick. But I ain't hating. I'm taking a wait-and-see approach to this because I want it to work out, like I said, for the king on his way out. Respect. Let's see what happens. Will Amani, I'm out. Peace. We'll see you next time, y'all. Let's talk.